"Can I sit here?" A sick little girl asked a female cop. What happened next was unbelievable. The little girl's voice was barely louder than the sound of her own trembling breath when she asked, "Can I sit here?" Her tiny hands clutched a worn-out teddy bear, and her pale face looked fragile under the soft winter light. The female police officer she approached had seen crime scenes, heartbreak, and danger, but nothing prepared her for the quiet storm in that child's eyes. Before we go further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of simple human connection, take a moment to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel Grandma Dearie. Comment below where you're watching from, because stories like this remind us that compassion still lives in this world. Officer Elena Morris had been sitting alone in a small cafe across from the hospital, finishing paperwork after a long shift. She was known in the department for her calm strength and unwavering discipline. At 34, she had built walls around her heart thicker than the bulletproof vest she wore. Years earlier, she had lost her own daughter to a rare illness, a pain she buried under layers of duty and silence. The cafe had become her quiet place, somewhere she could sit unnoticed, away from flashing sirens and difficult calls. That afternoon, snowflakes drifted lazily outside the large glass windows. The city moved slowly, muffled by winter. Elena barely noticed the door open until she felt someone standing beside her table. When she looked up, she saw the little girl in a red dress, her cheeks slightly flushed, a knitted beige hat covering her soft hair. The child's arms wrapped tightly around a teddy bear as if it were the only thing holding her together. She didn't look lost, she looked tired. The girl's name was Lily. She was 5 years old and had been in and out of the hospital for months battling a severe heart condition. Her mother was inside speaking to doctors about a surgery they couldn't afford. Lily had wandered out quietly, escaping the heavy air of medical machines and whispered worries. She saw the police uniform and felt something that resembled safety. Elena hesitated only for a second before nodding gently. Lily climbed onto the seat, her small legs dangling. Up close, Elena could see the faint blue tint under the child's eyes and the careful way she breathed, as if every inhale needed permission. There was something about Lily's presence that cracked open a door in Elena's heart she had sworn would stay closed forever. The officer found herself asking soft questions, learning that Lily loved drawing rainbows, that she hated the taste of hospital medicine, and that her biggest wish was to run fast without getting tired. The innocence of that wish pierced Elena deeper than any tragedy she had ever witnessed on duty. As they sat together, Lily suddenly placed her tiny hand over Elena's badge and whispered that she liked shiny stars because they made people brave. The words were simple, but to Elena, they felt like a message from the past. Her own daughter had once said something similar about her uniform. Inside the hospital, Lily's mother, Anna, received devastating news. The surgery was urgent. Without it, Lily's chances were slim. The cost was overwhelming, far beyond what a single mother working 2 jobs could ever manage. Anna stepped outside to clear her head and froze when she saw her daughter sitting with a police officer. Panic rushed through her, but it quickly softened when she noticed the way the officer was leaning in, listening carefully, as if Lily's every word mattered. Anna approached with embarrassment, apologizing for Lily's boldness. But Elena stood up and gently assured her there was nothing to apologize for. When Anna explained the situation, through tears she tried desperately to hide, Elena felt something shift inside her. It was no longer just about duty. It was about destiny. That evening, Elena couldn't stop thinking about Lily. She remembered the hospital corridors she once walked, the helplessness, the prayers that seemed to echo unanswered. For years, she had avoided anything that reminded her of that chapter of her life. But Lily's courage had done something extraordinary. It made Elena want to fight again, not against criminals, but against hopelessness. The next morning, Elena returned to the hospital, not as an officer on duty, but as a woman with a mission. She spoke to the hospital administration, reached out to colleagues, and shared Lily's story on community boards. The police department organized a charity fundraiser. Local businesses donated. Strangers who heard about the brave little girl with the teddy bear began sending contributions. Within weeks, the impossible began to look possible. Lily underwent surgery on a snowy morning that felt heavier than the clouds above. Elena waited outside the operating room with Anna, holding her hand.